Good evening, everyone. We're going to call the meeting to order. Any disclosures of pecuniary interest in general nature? There being none, if I can get an adoption of the minutes from our June 19th, 2023 meeting. Moved and supported. All in favor? That carries. Thank you very much. No presentations or delegations this evening. We move into item C1, our report from LaSalle Police Services 2022, our annual report, just a verbal update. Chief?
Yes, thank you, Your Worship and members of the board. Just with regards to the annual report, it has been completed and submitted for approval, and also looking for an adoption of that report so we can bring it forward to council.
Thank you. Members, any questions or comments on the report presented? There being none, if we can get a motion. Moved and support. Second. Over here. All in favor? That carries as well. Thank you. Item 2, the 2023, I'm sure there's a way to say this acronym, but LPSB Fall Labor Conference. There's a recommendation here that it be received and that the board secretary be advised by September 22nd, 2023 to submit the registration form should any board members wish to attend. Is there anything to add to that? No? Okay. With that recommendation, moved and support. All in favor? And that carries as well. D, information items to be received. Item 1, retired community patrol vehicles donated to OPC.
Yes, thank you. The police service was entered into a partnership with the Ontario Police College to donate 2 retired police vehicles that we use in our community patrol division, and very much welcomed by the director of the Ontario Police College, Paul Hebert. He has sent a letter that is attached to the report, and very thankful that we are participating with them in the training of our recruits.
Okay, so on item number 1, there's a recommendation that the report from Chief Davies be received. Moved and supported. All in favor? That carries. Item 2, Community Focus 2023, the January 1st, 2023 to June 30th, 2023.
This report highlights the numerous community events and activities that our officers have been involved in, and certainly it starts to grow. I guess it's a 6-month report, so we are January to June, and then we will have one from July to December as well, and just highlighting for the board the activities that we've been involved with. So as we brought in the Special Services Division as part of our organizational structure, they're quite a bit more involved in outreach and activities in the community, and you can see that that list is growing.
Thank you very much, and thank you to members of police service. As you can see through this, the last few months, you guys have been extremely busy, let alone doing our regular duties. So thank you very much to you and your team. Members, any questions or comments on those? No? So if we can get a motion to receive that report as well. Moved and support. All in favor? And that carries as well. Item 2, community focus. Nope, that we just did. LaSalle Police Services Board 2023 Correspondence Summary number 4. Anyone have any questions or anything to add on that? No? So if we can just receive that. Moved? Support. Okay. And item 4, Crime Stoppers Coordinator and Statistical Report from June through August of 2023. Chief, anything you want to add on that?
Just a couple things to note. There was the LaSalle Night Market both in June and July. The Crime Stoppers appeared at both markets and were able to meet with the public as well. A couple of highlights just to note that let me just find most of the statistical data shows that drugs continue to be the #1 tip that's received. But I did note that there was 8 weapons that were recovered in this since January of this year, which is significant to me. And just any time a weapon is taken off the street, that's certainly of value and in preventing any type of serious injury or death to another human being. So I commend the services that were responsible for those 8 guns off the street for sure, and it's nice to see that number, and very good on their part.
Thank you very much. If we can get a motion to receive the report for June, July, and August of 2023 from Crime Stoppers. Moved and support. All in favor? That carries. Item 5, LaSalle Police Service monthly stats for May, June, and July, comparison of 2022-2023.
Just one highlight to note there, and that is the number of 911 misdials. For the 3 months that are reported here, it shows a significant increase in the number of misdials. So I will be speaking to our community liaison officer and perhaps a bit of a public outreach we can do through social media to let people know what entails when somebody calls 911. We respond to all 911 calls, so we don't take anything for granted and just put it on the back burner. We actually have a front-loaded response to that because we treat it as if it's an emergency. And I think just sending that message out, maybe perhaps whether it's children, that parents can educate their kids that police are coming. So be careful with, pocket dials, that kind of thing. So it does show a significant increase. I'm curious to see what the year-to-date numbers are. I wasn't able to get that before the meeting tonight, but these 3 months specifically do show that drastic increase, and we don't have a logical explanation for it other than it is significant from the year before.
Thank you. Any other questions on the stats? So when we have those misdials, do we find out what caused it? Was it kids playing with the phone, or was it someone actually dialed 911 and then realized afterwards that, no, that's not what I wanted? Like, is there a way?
Every time we go to a 911 call, we get to the bottom of why that call was made, who made it. Sometimes it could be just a no voice contact from a residence. When we get to the house, our job at that point is to find out everybody who's in the home, speak to them, make sure there's not a problem there. If it's a child playing with the phone, we talk to the parents. Sometimes the information that's relayed to us isn't factual. We had occurrences where we went on scene and the person answered the door, said, no, there's no problem here. But the officer was persistent in investigating further and find out there was a domestic assault that occurred within the residence. So this is the reason why we go to everyone and we make sure that what it is, it is. And if it's a misdial, okay, that's good. We could deal with that, but we don't encourage people to make misdials, but we're happy to know that it's not an emergency. However, again, we do front load it. Our officers will respond to everyone as if it's a priority call for us.
Okay, thank you. And then the only other thing I noticed was the decrease in number of traffic charges as well as number of traffic warning and cautions. And I know we haven't learned our lesson out there, so yes. I'm assuming it's more from staff and availability.
I would attribute that somewhat to staffing at this time for the summer months.
Sorry, just want to turn yours off so we don't echo. One of the other numbers to look at also that could correspond with that, if you look at CAD calls for serves as well as the occurrence reports in some of the months, increase in occurrence reports and CAD calls mean that the members are out doing other calls and tied up on different things, and that eats into the time for traffic patrol and such. So it's an ebb and flow with that.
Thank you very much. So if we can get a motion to receive the report? And all in favor? And that carries as well. Item 6, LaSalle Police Service second quarter financial report 2023. Anything you want to add to that?
Nothing to add.
Any questions or comments from the committee? No? Yes, go ahead.
Through you, Madam Chair, to the Chief or to the Deputy, do you have any concerns with the numbers? They look good from my perspective. I'm just looking for your insight as opposed to what I simply see on the document before me, gentlemen.
Yeah, my review of the report indicates that we're trending where we should be. There's no concerns that I have. I do note that there is some internal HR things that we look at as well, and comparing regular time with overtime. And sometimes when we're short in different areas, it gets picked up by overtime in other areas. So it is trending to where we expect it to be at this particular juncture.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, no other questions. If we can get a motion to receive that report. Moved and supported over here. All in favor? That carries. And our final item is LaSalle Police Services Board financial statements from June to August 2023. Members, any questions or concerns? There being none, if we can get a motion to receive that as well. Moved to my left and supported. All in favor? And that carries as well. Any questions or statements by board members? No? I have one. I just wanted to thank you and your team again. We had our last call before fall event there 2 weekends ago now. And your staff was fantastic the entire event, both evenings. They were present. They were not just working, but they were socializing a little bit with our residents, which I think is really important. It builds trust, and I heard nothing but great things. So I wanted to thank you and your team, and I believe there were no incidents. And even leaving the facility, I know we were kind of worried about traffic flow, and everything just seemed to go really smoothly. So thank you to you and your team. Please pass that on from council.
I will, thank you.
And if there's nothing else, then we have a meeting October 16th, and then the conference on the 26th and 27th. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.